Please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Monday, January 5th, 2015. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you have any business, questions, comments during these proceedings, come up to the microphone, give us your name and address, and state your business. Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Cedar.
Here.
Foley.
Here.
Kinsfater.
Here.
Krebs.
Here.
Cuffa.
Here.
Laporte.
Here.
McCartney.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, the consent agenda, A, City Council minutes of December 15th, 2014, regular meeting, recommendation approved. B is the St. Clair Harbor Commission minutes of December 20th, 2014, regular meeting, recommendation received. And C is the St. Clair Historical Commission minutes of November 11th, 2014, regular meeting, recommendation received.
Motion to approve A through C as presented, Your Honor.
Support.
Any questions, comments?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Harbor, bathroom renovation. What is it that we're doing?
We're basically just getting an idea. The harbor master wanted an idea of what it would cost to remodel both bathrooms. So we got a contractor in there just to do a feasibility study to give us an idea of what we're looking at.
Tile, Mitch, or?
Retiling, new fixtures, new light fixtures, things of that matter.
Both?
For both bathrooms, yep.
Anybody else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 5A, reports from City Superintendent, Mr. Booth.
Two items this evening, Your Honor. First of all, I'd like to give I should say once a meeting update on roads. Scrap tire grant, I know I've talked about many times, but number one that we received money on, the bid documents are nearly complete. We expect this to be bid during the first quarter of 2015 with work starting in the spring. And again, just to remind everyone, that's for South 9th Street, Hawthorne, and Orchard, and then the bike path, or the bike park parking lot. The scrap tire grant request number 2 was submitted to the state. It was due by the end of December of 14. It did go in, and I expect some sort of response back by second quarter of 2015. That's the road update. M29, the bridge project was pushed back to January 15th by MDOT. The reopening is still scheduled for the end of March.
Question for Mr. Booth?
Yes.
Has there been any movement or activity in relation to the installation of a temporary left-hand turn arrow on Kearney and Federal Highway?
I think you and I spoke about last week about it. I did talk to same person you did with the county. I've also made that'd be Mr. Weston. Yeah. And then I also reached out to MDOT. I don't have a solution yet. Okay. But
I knew that they had asked about a traffic study, but I thought that because it was just a temporary arrow that we might be able to get some movement out there. It's gonna be terrible out there.
I think that may not be the only one. I think it may also be once they do it, get them in here and kind of go through some of the issues we're having.
Okay.
Any other questions from Mr. Booth? Yes.
South Riverside, you mentioned the bridge closed. Is there anything we could possibly do with Oak Street before you close the bridge so we can get up and down it?
And get down there, Bill, and take a look at it again?
Pardon me?
Is it frozen up yet?
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
There's holes in there that's 2-3 foot deep. Full of water down, it's froze. Before you close the other street down.
Is that from water washout on that Oak Street side, on the shoulder side?
There's a ditch as well that needs to be redone, and the whole road needs some work. I think that's what you're referring to, right, Mr. Kleeman?
Pardon me?
The whole road actually needs some work,
Well,
the
down
ditch
at
and...
the far end is really being done by me, where there's a hole like this.
Right.
There, 2 feet deep.
So yes.
Oak Street's always been that way down there.
Well, yeah.
One other question, is the traffic light at Clinton and M29 going to remain operable as is, or are they going to change anything at all to it?
I'll have to look into that and get back to you. I don't know. I'd like to say yes, it is going to stay the same, but why would they leave it the same?
Well, it's an intersection, I mean, as far as the Voyager is concerned, but without any northbound traffic or traffic crossing.
From the south, right?
Just curious.
Okay. Yeah, I can look into that. Also, I do want to point out the city's website does have information on the closure. So if anyone wants to go out there and look at it and they're not sure the date, you can always go out there and go, okay, it is the 15th. Also, there's a link that directly takes you to MDOT's website. It's very user-friendly, and it also has information on the detour for trucks and for local traffic.
All right, thank you. We'll go to B. Mr. Downey, what do you got tonight?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
All right. Any departments here tonight? No. D, authorities, commissions, boards, chairs, council reps, anybody have anything? All right, then we'll go to number 6. We've got some unfinished business. The boards and commissions attendance policy that we have had is on your desk. It should be in front of you, I should say. This has been revised, updated, and so on and so forth, and there's a couple things that we might want to take a look at before we send this back to Mr. Downey for final revision and bring back on the 15th for approval, if we're ready for that. If anybody can jump in anytime. The one that jumps out at me is under number 1. Mr. Downey was pointing out, actually, any resident should be any person, because we do have some people on the boards who are not residents, as we approve some people who volunteer from the townships. And then I would also ask you to take an idea or take a look at where, under forfeiture of office, the second paragraph, where it says, upon the recommendation of the mayor under the following circumstances, I was pondering, should we say mayor with advice and consent of council? It just as a matter of formality, maybe more so than that, but the appointments are made with the advice and consent of council, and I would certainly lean to thinking, so I'm thinking Mr. Downey, you can slide that in there.
Yes, that's not a problem at all.
Anybody see anything else they want to bring up?
Well, A, why is A even in there? If you're excused.
I think that the issue, it may have been pointed out by Councilmember McCartney, that some of these boards are seasonal in nature, and that if you're only meeting, for example, 6 times a year, and even if you're excused for 4 meetings, you're simply not able to do the work. So that's why I think there's an element of volition by the mayor and the council to determine whether or not that's a disqualifying characteristic or not.
Well, wouldn't it be a percentage of the meetings, or?
It can be.
Some of them only meet twice a year. I mean, there's some oddball ones in there that don't meet at all.
I think that's why we're having the discussion. You can certainly tailor it that way if you want to do it as a percentage.
Removal would be at the pleasure of the mayor and council anyway, I would believe, final removal.
So for whatever, A, B, or C, it would come to council.
Yes, as written.
All right. I'm fine with that then.
Well, if anybody sees anything else, they can direct that to Mr. Booth, to you, and then we'll try to tighten this up at the next January 15th, or it's the 15th? No, 19th. All right. Okay, then we'll move to number 7, new business. This is our appointments for the 2015 boards and commissions. With your advice and your consent, as per usual, I'm going to go through this, and then I'll also announce at the end where we still have some vacancies. All right, appointments for 2015 board commissions. Beautification Commission, I'd like to reappoint Member Krebs as the council rep for a 1-year term expiring December 31st. 15. Board of Review, reappoint Barb Dodier, Ralph Schmoling, Judy Shawn, and Julian Sullivan for 1-year terms expiring December 31st, 2015. Building Commission, reappoint Chad Meldermans for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2017. Board of Cemetery Trustees, reappoint Nancy Germain and Jan Klils for 3-year terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint member Krebs as council rep for a one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Golf Commission, appoint member Kinsfater, council rep, one-year term expiring December 31, 2015. Harbor Commission, reappoint Brittany Kuhn and William Schwartz for three-year terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint member Cuffa as the council rep for one-year term expiring December 31, 2015. Historical Commission, reappoint Frederick Miller, Robin Chan, Betty Fenner for three-year terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint member Krebs, council rep, one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Housing Commission, reappoint Susan Friedkin for a five-year term expiring 2019. Library Board, reappoint Jean Krebs and Betty Stencil for three-year terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint member McCartney as council rep for one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Appoint Ruth Bauer as a Friends of the Library rep to the Library Board for one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Planning Commission, reappoint William Darmstead and Michael Solomon for three-year terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint member Laporte, council rep, one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Recreation Commission, reappoint Dolores Topol for a three-year term expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint E. Adele Schwan for a three-year term expiring December 31st, 2017. Appoint Recreation Director Therese Hawkins as Administrative Rep. Appoint member McCartney, council rep, one-year term expiring December 31st, 2015. Zoning Board of Appeals, reappoint Daniel Seibel for a three-year term expiring December 31st, 2017. Currently, with those appointments, if those are made tonight, we will have some vacancies to the following boards and commissions. Beautification will have 3 vacancies. Board of Review, 3 vacancies. Golf Commission, 1, and the Harbor, 2. If anybody's aware of anything else that I've missed there, or concerns, or whatever.
Make a motion to approve the appointments as presented.
Support.
All right, the motion is made and supported. Is there any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we will periodically reread those the vacancies, so anybody who's interested can come into City Hall, fill out an app. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Annette, for your help with that.
One note, Mayor.
Yes.
All council members will receive an updated copy of your boards and commissions as it becomes available. If you want me to update the book you have, just bring it into City Hall. Otherwise, I will just send out the copies to you.
Thank you. We're going to go to number 8, Clayton Council, December 19 and December 26, 2014.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Support.
All right, motion's made and supported. Anything, questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, number 9 is public question and comments. Anybody on the audience have anything?
Question about the ice rink. Been flooded this year?
Pardon me?
The ice rink over here.
Just cold enough now, right? So, yeah, when it's cold long enough, we absolutely will. I know we did last year, and I think they're pretty successful. Year before and probably before that, I don't think it was cold enough, long enough.
Last year it stayed frozen until July.
All right, anybody else? All right, we'll go to number 10. On council, anybody on council have anything, announcements?
I just have a question. I had a person approach me here a couple days ago. Just ask a question about the boat harbor with the camping facility that they have. What's the procedure to get reservations for that?
What's the procedure?
Yes, sir.
I don't know
Okay.
the procedure for it. I mean, normally you would contact you wouldn't do it through the DNR.
It looked like on the minutes of the harbor meeting that it was going to be handled through the harbor staff, so,
Yeah,
That's what we're discussing. So when?
until April 15th, I believe.
Mayor Cedar, I can answer that question.
Oh, there we go.
If you just call the harbor and tell them when you're interested, they will, Stephanie will put you down.
Very good.
The lots are $60 a night per lot. There are 8 backup RV lots and 1 pull-through. And all the lots have electric and water.
Very good.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Mr. Lackland. Anybody else?
Hearing nothing else, Your Honor, I make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Have a good night, everyone. Careful going home, watch the ice.